Okay, this is Subhash Arora, Indian Wine Academy. I'm in London Oval Cricket Ground and judging at the International Wine Challenge. This is an annual competition, I think since 1984, and one of the largest in the world. And the person who is probably founded it is Charles Metcalfe. He is the co-chair of the competition, and I'm going to talk to Charles and get his take on the history of the competition. Charles, hi Charles, welcome to Indian Wine Academy, and it's a pleasure to be here and pleasure to be talking to you. So could you just tell me a little bit about this competition? If I know correctly, you were one of the two founders along with Robert Joseph.
That's right. Robert and I started this in 1983.
83,
long time ago.
Okay.
And yeah, 83. It's now we're 32 years ago.
I know, this is amazing, amazing.
And it's still going, and it's much bigger than it was when we started, because we started with a handful of wines from England and from other countries.
Yeah.
We wanted to make a point about how English wines were getting.
Oh, really? Okay, okay.
And suddenly it grew a bit the next year, and now we are getting 12,000 wines.
Well, is that the maximum number in a competition?
It's about what we've got this year.
Okay.
It's roughly 12,000 wines. But if we were sent more, we just add more tasters.
Okay.
It's simple.
So this is a record number for this year.
I'm not sure if it's the highest we've ever had, but
Okay.
it's been around that level for about 2 or 3 years now.
Okay. So a little different in a couple of ways, and so what is your take on that?
Okay, well, the first thing I would say is that I think what makes us different from any other competition that I've judged at, and I've judged the competitions all over the world, is the fact that we judge the wines twice.
Yeah.
Well, when I say twice, it's actually more than twice.
Okay.
In the first week of the competition, which we're in at the moment, we judge all the wines, and we decide whether a wine is good enough to go forward to the next week.
Yeah.
And so we eliminate wines that we think are no good, and wines that we give a commended. And in the second week, we only taste the wines that have been judged by the first week's panels as worthy of a medal.
So first of all the 12,000 wines will be judged in this week?
Well, it's not actually 12,000 because we're doing about 10,000 now. We did 2,000 back in November of last year.
Oh, I see, okay.
Which is part of this year's competition.
All right, so the results and all will be announced
this
altogether.
week we're tasting about 10,000 wines.
Oh, okay, okay.
Next week we will retaste, the panels will retaste the wines that this week's panels thought should get medals.
Oh, I see. So
and at that point we will decide whether they get gold medals, silver medals, bronze medals, or maybe no medals at all.
I see. And how many countries normally send their wines to you now?
I think last year we had 48 countries or something. I'm told we have 56 countries.
Wow, okay.
This year.
That is amazing. Yeah.
And I've seen, because we tell the tasters where the wines come from. We don't tell them who made the wines, but we tell them the country and the region if appropriate. And I've seen, wines from countries that I really wouldn't have expected.
Okay. Are you getting wines like from China? Of course, I tasted yesterday.
We've had Chinese wines for a while, but from all over South America, Colombia, I don't know that I've seen. I think we have wine from Peru. Of course, the standard winemaking countries, Chile, Argentina, Brazil, we have quite a lot of wines from Brazil. But other countries, Uruguay, we have.
Central Europe, of course.
Central Europe, quite a lot of wines, yes, indeed.
And
it really is from anywhere where wine is made.
Okay, I think India is not coming yet on board.
Oh, I'm sure we have
India.
wines from
No, India. Okay, okay.
Historically, we have had wines.
Okay.
So unless India thinks that we're not nice and we don't give them medals, I'm sure there'll be some wines from India.
Okay, so we are getting better wines in India now. So, So what do you think of your experience with Indian wines, judging over here, tasting over here in general?
I think the quality of Indian wines is getting better and better. I think I would like to see some of the wines that I've met in India over here, but I think you have pretty good sales in India, and you have a tax regime which helps Indian wines sell when in India, which is fine, which is fair enough.
Okay.
But I would love to see more Indian wines.
I see a lot of branding in your program. I mean, I see the boxes are International Wine Challenge and a lot of nice colorful trophies and everything else. So is that an evolution that's been going on over the years? Or?
We slightly changed our brand a couple of years ago, not hugely, but it was just a slight rebranding.
Okay.
And I think any event, any product that wants to be noticed, wants to try to develop a strong brand.
Yeah.
So we've done our best to develop the strong brand by the quality of what we do here, by the process that we use, which I think it's better than any other competition I've ever been to, any other wine competition. But you also want to have a strong visual brand. So yes, we've increased the focus.
And the judges are there. I noticed there are about 22 tables every day, 110 judges.
I think we've got 22 tables today.
Yeah.
It depends how many wines we want to taste in the day.
Okay.
In this week we set our tables a task of tasting about 100 wines a day.
Okay.
And depending on how many wines we need to taste during that day, we have an appropriate number of tables.
So maximum judge taste is 100 wines a day.
This week, yes. Next week, when we're asking them to give the medals, to decide on which medal, we'll ask them to taste fewer wines.
Yeah, take more time, and you expect
really to sort of think about it. Take it slowly, take it gently, not feel in any way hurried, and just make the best decisions possible. Okay.
Well, one thing which I like about this competition is you openly encourage people to discuss about the wine. Many competitions in Europe, you know, the OIV is a little different style.
I think Robert and I, when we started this, we decided that the wine competitions that we respected the most were the ones where the results were reached by discussion. Because if you have one person sitting at a thing and typing in a number and then it's added up and divided by the number of tasters, you don't get it right all the time. And if you have 5 tasters on a table, we've had some very experienced tasters here. We have winemakers from all over the world. We have people who write about wine, people who sell wine. And you know, if someone loses concentration for a moment, the hope is that the people around him or her will still be absolutely focused, and they may say, "Oh, maybe you're not quite right on that," and it's a team effort. And we encourage people to discuss, not to argue, but to have a good, positive discussion. And I really think that produces the best results.
Yeah, in fact, I remember Robert telling me that the concept is that each person is a lawyer and the judge for the wine, so the wine must get a proper opportunity.
So our team leaders are most experienced tasters, our panel chairs. But we also need them to be diplomatic, and quite often we, the co-chairman, we see a result where the panel chair disagrees with what his or her panel thinks. And sometimes we agree with that individual taster, but for the sake of harmony and positive group dynamics, they have not been able to convince their panel that they've not been able to convince their panel that what they thought was the correct answer. So, you know, they put whatever their decision is, and the group decision is something else. And sometimes we change it back to what the panel chair thought, because we think that he or she is right.
So I believe that 2 people should concur.
If we want to change something, it can't be done by a single person. It has to be at least 2 of us. And this week, when we're doing the sort of triage, the sort of sorting out of the whole entry, it's usually 2 of us. Next week, when it gets to medals, very often it's more than 2 of us.
Oh, really?
If we want to change the decisions of the panels out here, no one individual can do it. It has to be confirmed by one of our colleagues.
So what is the structure? I see it's a very structured thing, you know, you have 5 co-chairs, you are one of them.
That's right.
And who are the other 4?
We have 5 co-chairs, and then we have 2 of our panel chairs who help us, because it's quite a long day, so we've got 2 of our panel chairs with us today, helping us check the results as they come through.
Whatever you are doing
this week, all we do is taste the wines that the panels don't like.
Oh, I see.
The medal wines go through to next week, and they will be retasted next week, so we don't have to worry about it. This week, we are the long stop. We're the safety net. Just in case something gets unfairly neglected, kicked out, or given a commendation when it might be worthy of a medal.
That's nice,
We're there to say, oh, I think maybe we should taste that next week.
So you have 5 co-chairs, and then I see you have some senior judges, you have judges and associate judges, and what's the ranking, or how does that work?
The thinking behind that is that we pay some of our judges, we pay our panel chairs.
Okay.
We pay our senior judges if they don't have a regular job and they're not employed, say, as a supermarket buyer.
Right.
But if there's someone who writes about wine or has to make a living from coming and doing things like this, we pay them.
Okay.
And depending on a level of seniority, that dictates how much we pay them.
Okay. And I see a lot of masters of wine here. How many of them are there?
It varies from one day to the next, Subhash. To be honest, I don't know how many are here today. Because we don't have we judge for 11 days.
Okay,
5 days this week, 4 days next week, and then 2 days the week after to decide on the trophies.
Okay.
We would be very lucky to get the entire team, because we've got about 120 people here today.
Oh, right.
We can't ask people to come for 11 whole days. So we have a changing team every day. So that's why I don't know how many Masters of Wine we have today, but we have quite a lot.
I see something very interesting. You got music playing here. So what is the general reaction? How long have you had this music?
We've always had music. We co-chairs, we find it actually helps us, and we can vary the music to sort of maybe give us a pick-up at some stage in the day when we've been tasting a lot of wines, and you need just to sort of lift the spirits a bit. And so we'll put on something with a slightly higher, faster tempo. And in the morning we have sort of more serene, a bit of gentle jazz, just to sort of help us wake up gently and get into the focus, into the zone.
I believe Tim is in charge.
Tim Atkin is our DJ. He has a wonderful selection.
I know, it was great.
Classical, modern, everything. And so he keeps us very well served with a musical background.
Well, wonderful. Thanks for the time, and really appreciate it. And I love being here. I really enjoy it.
It's good to have you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Okay, these are the judges, table 11A. Here, what's interesting is that for each table, for each panel, there are 2 tables. So you are working on one, and then the other table is being kept ready. So the time is much less. And as you see, there are people standing all around. The way they do is the one flight is kept on the table. It's the bottles are they have a nice jacket of International Wine Challenge, and obviously you don't know which these wines are, and then you judge the score on your sheet, and the panel chair discusses, and after that, like this, for example, this table here, right now there's nothing happening here, but on this table there is a lady who is setting up the bottles for the same panel for the next lot. So whenever this is done, it's going to be reversed. So back and forth, it kind of it happens. And here is the hero for the music. That's Tim Atkin. He's MW also, and he's the DJ, and he's the one. So Tim, you are the boss for the music, I believe.
I'm the music man.
Wow, you have a great music. So how do you judge how do you know which is what people like, or something that you want to pep up?
I wait for people to send me tweets saying they don't like it.
Or
requests.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I know you. I think your passion after wine is tweeting, right?
Yes.
Which is more, tweeting or wine?
Wine.
No, I know. So that's great. I think it's great to.
Django Reinhardt, nice for the morning.
Yeah. Okay. So you keep on swinging the music, depending on the. Okay, you're doing a great job. Nice to see you, Tim. Thank you. Bye-bye. And then these are the tables where the panel, the co-chairs are tasting the wines to see the faults or have a double opinion. And you can see this is Ozzie Clark. He is one of the 5 co-chairs, and so this is the back-end operation. Obviously we cannot go inside. And that's how the International Wine Challenge is happening. Thank you for all for watching it. I hope you enjoyed the show. It's Subhash Arora signing off. Goodbye.